Right now, we are live. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your man Jay Kevin here with DJ Dan.
How you
Dan, the
doing?
man who's got the plan. Um, we're just going to have a conversation today. Here with a lot of things that I like to talk about, and a lot of things I like to talk about with my guests is dealing with things revolving around some pillars: health, wealth, relationships, happiness, and everything in between. We just like to have conversations that hopefully can provide insight as we get it, as we go along our journeys when it comes to researching and keeping abreast to the things that's going on in the world, and hopefully kind of uncovering and discovering some tips, strategies, and some things that help us maintain a positive outlook on things and help us, maybe do better today and tomorrow than we did yesterday.
Amen.
Yeah. So Dan, the other week I had some guests on and we talked about a few things, talked about the Great Reset, and talking about mental wellness and some tips and some things that we should be thinking about when it comes to maintaining our mental wellness, our mental health, and our mindset going through what the World Economic Forum and some other non-government organizations and some other organizations have deemed this to be a time of great transformation.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it's affecting every area of our life. Like I said, we talked about mental health and wellness and how this time is affecting a lot of people when it comes to their mental well-being. And I just got you on today because I've been, noticing, some of the things that you've been saying through in social media and some of the things you've been putting out. And I just wanted to get you on to kind of go into a little bit of detail or give us a little more than what, social media post or text will allow us to go into. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
It's something to post something in the social media world, but I think it's good to also have those long form dialogue and conversations to where we can kind of just knead out some of the details and knead out some of the things that help bring more clarity and help hopefully provide some nuggets of wisdom and best practices that'll help us along the way. So Dan, just thinking about the Great Reset and just to kind of use as a jumping off point, I went to the World Economic Forum page, the Great Research page, and just thinking about the 2020, and the current times that we're in, and how this has been deemed a time to capture and really use as a jumping off point to begin the process of transforming the globe, the world order in all areas of our society. And I'll just read a little bit. It says the pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. Did you get that memo about resetting? Did nobody? I didn't get
no one told me.
Nobody told me either.
I haven't heard it in the mainstream media, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So you can go to the page. It's the World Economic Forum.org, the Great Reset. And there's all kinds of links and articles and videos and stuff that you can watch that'll help us get more understanding about what this time has been deemed and what it represents and how it's going to affect us being the, low on the totem pole when it comes to the hierarchy of, quote unquote, powers that be and elite, the movers and shakers.
I'd like to add one thing,
Go ahead.
If anyone listening out there, of course, they don't have to take our word for it. They can always research it themselves. I mean, you just went straight to their website and they just told you. I mean, they always tell you what they're going to do, up front. You just got to go out there and start looking at research, and that's what I did. And that's what you're doing. That's why we're here talking now, to inform others. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They ain't going to tell us. We got to go find it ourselves.
You got to go find it yourself. And like you said, a lot of stuff is out in the open and you just got to go look for it and kind of not get too distracted with some of the things that's thrown our way to keep us distracted, to keep us from paying attention to some of the serious things that's taking place that is shifting right beneath our feet. Another document that somebody helped me to was the Rockefeller Foundation or document called Reset the Table, meeting the moment to transform the U.S. food system. Again, I thought the food, don't mess with my food. Why are you messing with my food? But apparently, they see something that needs to be changed with the food system. So if you can read through the document and see how that's going to affect us. But I keep my eye, my lane is keeping my eye on food, health, fitness. That's my area that I like to stay focused on. So Dan, what's your area that you that you are drawn to and focused on?
Well, I would say the Lord has really directed my attention towards the financial sector of this global reset, because that right there is really going to touch everybody across the globe. I mean, no one's going to be, untouched by this. And pretty much what they have planned can either make or break you if you are aware or not aware. Literally everybody is going to be included in this whole reset financially. And like you said, that goes into the food and the mental health, social health, spiritual health, relationships, emotions, all the above. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not prepared to weather the storm financially, then it will affect those other areas of your life. So that's where the Lord has me at right now.
So what are some things that you feel needs to be brought out and really touched on? Like, for example, given that we're going through the process of digitization,
right,
to where money is becoming digitized, and we're being acclimated to the blockchain through some of the cryptocurrencies and how in some of those areas. And I noticed.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I noticed that one of the solutions that a lot of people are pushing out there is to really have precious metals like gold and silver a part of your portfolio as part of a solution to help counteract what we're being pushed into.
Definitely. I mean, I want to start off saying that we are in the fourth industrial revolution age. We are transitioning into the digital age, like you just mentioned before, where we will become a cashless society. No more fiat. And the definition of fiat pretty much is just paper currency. That dollar bill, that $5, $10, $100 bill you have in your wallet. We've been trained up since we were young kids by our parents and society to think that paper money was actual real money. It's really just a currency of the government that it's been issued from. And because of that, like you're saying, it's pretty much debt. And so, like you said, precious metals, I really post that a lot. I harp on that. I've been learning about it. You're taking your money, your wealth out of the system, because when you have cash or fiat currency, it's constantly manipulated, and they're stealing it from you every day. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to be in poverty. So that's, if we want to talk about, we can definitely talk about that, because like I said, I've been really studying that quite a bit.
Yeah, let's talk about it. You mentioned that paper, which is fiat, which means it's just something that government deems.
Yeah, it's a debt note. It's a debt note from the Federal Reserve Bank.
Yes, the Federal Reserve prints, or they don't even print it anymore. They just type in some numbers, they lend it to the government. And then the government gives it to the people, and the government collects taxes, or is supposed to collect taxes from the people to help pay off the debt. But if you can explain that a little more.
And that printing is called quantitative easing. It's pretty much counterfeiting. A lot of people go to jail for it if they get caught doing it, but the government can do it for free because they have that right in their eyes. So that pretty much, that process you just said, you spoke of, is that pretty much how it goes down. And we pretty much sell ourselves short. We work all our lives for that debt note. We're pretty much slaves, and in their eyes, because they're selling us debt, and silver and gold, it takes you out of that system. You don't want to be in that system. So what else did you say? I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get too worked up because that stuff, it really pisses me off to know the kind of things that people are falling for, especially myself and my family. You know how much. Go ahead.
Well, a lot of us have to go through that journey of, transformation as far as eyes wide shut. There's a lot of things we see, but we don't see it until we all have our moment to where the scales fall off and you realize that the world that we live in isn't what we thought it would be. And like you said, when I first learned about a lot of things like money and currency and how it is used as an instrument of enslavement, that when I learned about that, I did go through the process of grief and go through the process of anger and feeling all of that. And then you come out the other side realizing that we live in a world of abundance and we have a lot of solutions. And, and we're talking about economy, we're talking about personal wealth, and we're talking about ways of thriving no matter what. And one of the solutions that, you've come upon, that I've come upon is, one is precious metals, like gold and silver. And then there's many others too, like food. Food is definitely an essential commodity when it comes to thriving in a economical transformation, or even in a solid, stable economy. You still need food, land. You need energy, you need land. These are things that is the foundation of real wealth that then you can build on top of when it comes to fiat currency, or when it comes to even digital currency, which is just math equations.
I agree. Ones and zeros.
Just ones and zeros. So you need the real thing to build upon when it comes to the fake stuff.
Exactly.
So we're talking about, I was thinking about the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island by Edward Griffin. I think he's got a documentary too that goes along with his book, and he better explains everything that we're talking about. He goes through all the nooks and crannies as far as the details and the documentation, everything about what we're saying. We're just having an open conversation, so we might not be as data driven as some would like.
That's where the Rockefellers and the elite. That's the island, Jekyll Island. Island. That's where the Federal Reserve was created. That's where they met together to create the Federal Reserve. The plan to enslave the world, not just America. So definitely.
Yeah, and I was just throwing it out there for documentation as far as that somebody can go look as far as our conversation.
Definitely.
So we're talking about where we're at today, and what you said you mentioned about where this is pushing us into, where it's taking us, and you said a cashless society. Can you expound on that a little more?
Well, we know what's going on in 2020. We've got the coronavirus, the pandemic. I like to call it plandemic. It's coincidental, that it happened this year. A lot of people don't know about the IMF. Do you know about the IMF? The International Monetary Fund. They only meet every 5 years because they created a SDR basket, which is the world's currencies. Now, don't quote me on it. You're going to have to go look. Maybe another episode, we can get down to the nitty gritty details. But an SDR basket where they can, they pretty much tell the world what currencies are going to be, how much they're going to be worth. And this is how you are going to transact with one another, your currencies, which valuations. And of course, coincidentally, this year they meet. But, the pandemic has caused a lot of the economy to shut down across the world. First time really global economy shut down, which has pretty much crippled us. And because of that, the economy is going to collapse. And so they need an out. And fiat paper money is not working because we're in debt. We're in 27 trillion. America is in debt, and then the world's even more debt. And so They want to switch over to a digital currency or digital currencies to really get us out of this whole debacle. And so you're starting to see that now in the stores where they say coin shortage. Some places don't accept cash. They're switching. They're getting you prepared for a cashless society where you're going to be using your phones, maybe a modified, upgraded version of a debit credit card. And eventually down the line, a chip in your hand where it's going to keep track of all that for you. But that's pretty much where we're headed. People are already getting used to it. I mean, we went from money to debit credit cards, and now we're moving over to phones and chips in our hands soon. So that's pretty much it. Just a cashless society, cryptocurrency. I'm sure some of us heard of it. Bitcoin. That's mainstream media. They pretty push that Bitcoin thing. A lot of people know about that, but there's thousands actually. There's over 6,000 cryptocurrencies out there, and only a few of them have a use case. That are going to be used in this new age. But we're going to a cashless society where that paper money is going to be worthless.
So you see the emergence of a beast system that thinking about the Bible. From a Christian perspective, you see the emergence of that on a global scale. There's always been beast systems in play.
Right.
It just gets better. It gets more. It gets modified, repackaged, and it gets better, bigger and better each time it reemerges. And
I would dare say this is the last beast system this world is ever going to know.
It will truly be global.
Yes, this is going to truly be global. Definitely.
The last one is global.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're just having a conversation about some of the things that we see, and we don't see a lot of the data points that you pointed out, like the scarcity of coins all of a sudden, us being like the mask being an inch, whether you agree or disagree, or whether right, wrong, or indifferent about the mask, you can see how that tool is being used to muffle and control and mitigate and manage the masses.
Well, and when you ever hear them talking, these officials, these high-ranking politicians, as they always say, never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
It's the perfect opportunity to push their agenda.
I think Rahm Emanuel said that, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of people said that.
Yeah, a lot of people say it. Yeah.
A lot of them said it. Even Hillary Clinton said that. Bill Clinton said it. Prince Harry said that. There's a lot of people that said that. I've been listening. They all in cahoots with one another, so they talk the same way.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. You're making me think of Event 201 too. I don't know if you know about the Event 201, where they had a coronavirus scenario run through back in November, I think it was. Just speaking to a data point that somebody can look up when you said pandemic.
Yeah.
But so we're talking about where we are in current times and where we're going. Now I want to just touch on what can we do about it. And we talked a little bit about it throughout, our conversation, talking about silver, Bitcoin. But as far as other areas like mindset, your emotional stability, your physical, and then get down back to your finances, what are some things that you see that we need to be doing?
Right now, we need to wake up. That's the first thing we need to do. Our eyes and ears must be open, because, like I said, they're telling you right now. They do it subliminally. Sometimes they just do it straight out. But we're so distracted with what's going on in mainstream media and everything. We're really emotional in our feelings about all the different political unrest or social unrest. But that's all geared to distract you from what the other hand is doing. And so I would say the first thing we need to do, mindset wise, is wake up to realize that there is evil in this world and it has plans for you. And the second thing we need to do, I don't know how spiritual you want to get on it, but I'm a firm believer in Christ. So I say fast and pray and seek the Lord and find out what he wants us to do, what we should do, because without him, we're not going to make it. And then second, reevaluate our position in the world, our liabilities, our expenses, our passive income, that kind of thing, and try to position ourselves in a more strategic way so we can wait out the storm and survive.
Man, so I like what you said. First, spiritually, make sure you're in tune and doing the things that it requires to be in tune. And then I like what you said about your emotions and managing your emotions so your emotions don't manage you. It's hard to manage finances and wealth through tough times when you're emotional.
Exactly. I had to learn it the hard way, by the way. So
well, I think many of us did. I had to learn it the hard way too. I'm still learning it the hard way.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. And then, I'll just say another point is physically get yourself in shape as much as you can. Yes. And then when you feel strong, then you can act strong and you can have that confidence and you can move strong, move with confidence. You said, I like what you said when you talked about positioning yourself and you talked about, you talked about positioning yourself and then putting yourself in position where financially, didn't you mention passive income?
Yes.
A lot of people don't talk about passive income and putting yourself in position to either be on your journey to building passive income or think about, some ways of building passive income. What are some ways to go about building passive income? Like I know a real common one, popular one is real estate.
Right. Well, I like to define passive income in my own personal. It may be the official definition, but it's my money making money. A lot of people trade their time for money when they go to a 9-to-5. Never liked that idea. Never liked that concept. It always seemed like a glorified way of slavery to me. So it never sat well with me. So passive income, different things, different assets, real estate, like you said, businesses,
precious
metals, cryptocurrency, royalty, as far as ideas, inventions. There's different kinds of ways, those are some of the online businesses, affiliate marketing. There's all kinds of ways to make passive income. I mean, if you really sit down and think, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can come up with 100 ways to make money without doing anything too serious.
So the key is figuring out which one you're attracted to and which one I'm just saying not you, but in general, figuring out which one somebody's attracted to and they think or they believe they'll stick to.
Well, you want to find out what's your passion. What's my passion? Well, what am I good at? What do I know? You know what I'm saying? And then find a way to spin that around to your favor. You obviously as the best way to sell or make money is to solve someone's problem. Come up with a solution for someone else's problem. You do that, you making money. And so, what is your passion? And how can you spin it, and then find a way to market it that, and find a way to make sure where you don't have to manage it anymore. Your money making money. You might have to put a little time in at first just to get it up, get it jump started. But once it's sailing, all you got to do is sit back. And that's pretty much what passive income is. So, it's geared towards you. What are you good at? What do you like? What do you want to be? That kind of thing.
Man. So in closing, how do you feel about, 2020, the Great Reset, and how do you feel about going through it? These are amazing times,
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really got into the Great Reset per se. Man, it's 2020, man. Whenever something crazy happens, I always tell people 2020. It's been a true roller coaster. I reminded when I go Kings Island, I'm thinking all the different spins and jerks. That's pretty much 2020. And, we're not done yet. We still have like 2.5 months left. And so we're about to see a lot of crazy things, because the resets this year, which is this digital age they're pushing us to. And I'm just buckled up waiting. I've done the research, I've prepared. I encourage others to research and prepare. And at this point, it's just a sit and wait game. Purchase precious metals, cryptocurrencies, try to eliminate your mortgage or debt. And try to what's the proper term for it? Untether yourself. That a word, right? Untether yourself from the world.
Yes,
as much as possible.
Yep.
Because when this happens, the more tethered or more connected you are to the world, the more you're going to be tossed and turned with it. And you don't want to be tossed and turned with where they're going. So definitely. 2020 is a crazy year. We're not done yet, though. What about you? What about you?
I feel confident going. I feel optimistic.
Definitely.
Hopeful and encouraged, confident. I don't, going back to mindset, just like you said, spending time every day. You have to spend the time every day cultivating your mindset, and just every day, a little by little, just training yourself to see the opportunity and everything. Who was it? I think it was Lynette Zhang of ITM Trading. We both watched her a lot.
Yes, watch her every day.
Yeah, you got to watch her every day. Going back to mindset, going back to put yourself in position and putting yourself under the tutelage of those who may have an even greater awareness and knowledge about a specific topic or subject. No man or woman can know everything about everything. So you have to find teachers as you teach, So, we just throwing out her name, Lynette Zhang of ITM Trading. You can watch her on YouTube. There's a lot of people out there. A lot of people. I'm thinking about The Greatest Truth Never Told, I think. That him. Silver Shield.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, see, me and you, man, you know some people I know. See, we more in common than we think. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, definitely. I watch him quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
I watched all his stuff back in the day. I watched him. I started watching him back in 13, 12, maybe.
I just started this early this year. Definitely.
But he's grown a whole lot since then. So there's a lot of research out there that can be had and be done. But just learn as you go. You can't learn it all in one day. So just spend a little bit of time.
I mean, if you take the time, you want to learn something, you lacking something, you have a weakness, you can take the time to YouTube. We're already technically in the digital age, and we got laptops and Androids and Apples like never before. The internet. Everybody's pretty much got the internet. You can go ahead and learn anything now. Even the Bible told us that we would increase in learning in this age, and knowledge. So literally go on and press some buttons and learn anything. All it does is take the time. Just take some time and the passion and the determination to do it. Learn anything. And we've done it. You and I have already done it, and we're still doing it. So
we're still doing it. Yeah, there's still lots to learn. And we're just having conversations. Really, the conversations is for us as far as helping us deepen our understanding. Yeah. And hopefully attract others to our community, to our tribe that is interested in the same thing. So, Dan, go ahead.
Was you going to end it?
I was about to.
Yeah, I was wondering, do you know what's going on now? What's been happening last week and today, tomorrow?
Well, according to Lynette Zhang, tomorrow is supposed to be the day that the market.
Supposed to be, exactly.
So we will find out. Funny enough, oh man, my cameras. Funny enough, I've kind of been through this a couple of times, not a couple of times, but I can remember being in 2008, thinking that was when I really didn't have any inkling about what was going on, and just remembering that time that was supposed to be the day that there was supposed to be blood in the streets, there was supposed to be chaos and mayhem. But one of the things that the Fed, that people's in the positions, the powers that be is, they always seem to have a rabbit in the hat to pull out. So you just never know. It might be it, but they might have another rabbit. They are magicians.
But they have been meeting, like I said, the IMF meeting all last week, talking about us going to the digital age and digital currency. So, people go look at that. I mean, they tell you.
Prepare for the worst,
Yes,
hope for the
definitely.
best.
Definitely.
So we will see. But in closing, man, I'm glad you came on, just having a simple, just open dialogue, conversation about, the Great Reset, the times that we're in, the transformation process, the fourth industrial revolution,
Exactly.
and some things that just get our juices flowing as far as some things to think about on how we're going to journey through this period, how we're going to cross the threshold in this period.
How are we going to cross the Jordan?
Yeah, how are we going to go through this?
Well, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for valuing my opinion. I'm definitely willing to come back, and I love this kind of dialogue where people can feed off each other and grow together. So definitely, I'll definitely be back whenever you have me. So
cool, man. But
yeah.
Give me a second and I'll end it.
I'm sorry.
I said, give me 1 second and I'll end it.
Yes,
Thanks, everybody, for out there just joining us. If you just joined us, thank you. We definitely appreciate you. We don't take your attention or your time for granted. Hopefully you get a return on your investment in some way, shape, or form. Hit like, share. Just let us know what you think. Let us know what you're out there. Appreciate it. Peace out.
God bless.